If you couldn't tell by this gorgeous weather, I am in Los Angeles and I wanted to show you all some of my favorite places to see art in downtown LA, starting at Hauser Wirth. This is honestly so much more than a gallery. As you can see, there's a shop, a restaurant. It is absolutely stunning. And we have two great exhibits to see today, starting with a show by Lorna Simpson that actually starts in the courtyard with these sculptures and then continues inside with these stunning paintings and collages. And these works were made over the past year, which is absolutely incredible because as we continue to walk through, you will see how many works there are. It's very impressive. Simpson has been very busy. And overall, these works explore the nature of representation along with the themes of identity, gender, race, and history. And for her works, she, quote, appropriates images by using photo booth snapshots, vintage magazine advertisements, celestial maps, and images from scientific textbooks as a part of her paintings and collages. And her work truly revolves around these found images in order to encourage new narratives to come alive from these unexpected origins. You really do feel like you're walking through a new type of history. A really cool thing about these works specifically is that when you change the angle and the perspective that you're looking at them, the colors of the work actually change. So I'm going to try to capture that on film so you can get a sense of it. See, it's starting to become more purple and red depending on how we're looking at it, and then green as it goes down. So it's a very cool sort of optical illusion that she's created. I mean, how stunning is this venue? It's just incredible. I'm sure they have really beautiful events and gatherings here, but the other thing that I love about it is they have a restaurant called Manuela, and not exaggerating, it's some of the best food I have ever had. So I always try to make at least a half day of this where I will have brunch or lunch or dinner and really enjoy myself and then see some of the great exhibits. The second exhibit on view are works by Günther Förg, and the show focuses on two generations of Förg's grid paintings. And these works are inspired by Edward Munch, and while it may not be obvious why on first glance, Förg was interested in not the figures that Munch is famous for, like in The Scream, but really the non-figural elements and the flat areas of color. Günther Förg said, in the grid paintings, you don't often get a brush stroke. The surface is scratched into, or you don't get a sense of the marks starting or finishing on the canvas, so it sets up a different kind of surface. I think it's important to do these breaks when the time is right. Eventually, these grid paintings morphed into spot paintings, which was the final exploration the artist did before he died in 2013, but I do think his most iconic works are these grid paintings. We're now heading over to another place that I love to see art in LA, and that's a former commercial tire company building at 1700 South Santa Fe Ave. This is a pretty new development. There's more and more galleries moving in here. The building's been transformed, and the galleries that have moved in are Vielmetter, Gavlak, Nicodim Gallery, Wild & Cran Gallery, and more. And we are going to start with Vielmetter. They've actually taken over at least 3 spaces in the building, I think maybe 4 now. This is an exhibit by Andrea Bowers, and the theme is around making representations of empowered women. And the works are drawn and painted on large collaged cardboard grounds. And the drawings are photos that she took of women in the LA area who are practitioners of different forms of martial arts and self-defense. She also features women of various generations in order to represent the fight that we've undergone for so long and frankly will continue to undergo as women. Across the hall is Vielmetter's second space, which features works by Monique van Genderen. And I'm such a sucker for large paintings, and Monique has really delivered these at a monumental scale. Two paintings make up the core of the exhibit. They're 35 feet long and they face each other in the gallery, and they're titled A side and B side, almost like a record. It took her 2 years to complete these works, and the smaller works that we'll see throughout the exhibit are actually studies for these larger ones. This is a fun secret space in the back of the gallery that is absolutely stunning. They call this the greenhouse, where they have various exhibits, and it really lets you appreciate the uniqueness of the building. I mean, this could be a really cool bar or cafe. I'm sure they have events here when they have openings. Now we're at Vielmetter's third space to see an exhibit by Deborah Roberts, and her collages on canvas and paper portray the humanity and grace of Black children as they face the harsh and relentless reality of a society that seeks to see and treat them as adults. The exhibition's title, Oh Say Can't You See, repurposes text from the national anthem and poses the question to the viewer: can't you see these children as children, deserving of the same care and dignity afforded to their peers? We've now headed down the hall to a neighboring gallery space, Nicodim Gallery, and this is an exhibit by Devin B. Johnson. This is such an incredible exhibit that is a product of an insane personal journey that Devin underwent. In 2020, he left New York for a 6-week residency at Kehinde Wiley's Black Rock, Senegal in Africa. And as you could have predicted, now the pandemic hit and he was stuck there for 5 months. So he was supposed to be there for 6 weeks, ended up being there for 5 months. And by the time he returned home, home was a very different place, as you can imagine. And this inspired him to push past traditional figuratism in his paintings and to really try and capture the soul of the figure. And the gallery says, Johnson does not meet these bleak times with despair. This body of work is an offering of gratitude. There's honestly nothing better than seeing something so beautiful come out of such a dark and painful experience. I think we can all relate to that. This is our final stop in this space. This is Gavlak Gallery, which has 2 exhibits on view, starting with this show by Candida Alvarez. And to create these works, she starts with pencil and watercolor drawings on a Yupo paper. And she then scans them to digitize them and then blows them up and prints them out on canvas with acrylic polymer ink. She then paints over them with a matte acrylic, multiple layers. So the original paintings are about 1/10 the size of the final ones that you see here. In the back of the gallery is an exhibit by Paul Stephen Benjamin, and in his works, Paul explores the concept of blackness as a social construct, a color, and a culture. He manipulates material and iconography in order to create meditative works that really invite the viewers to contend with the unfixed and contradictory and beautiful realities of Black life. This is our final stop of the day, another absolute favorite of mine, even though the Uber driver was very hesitant to let me get out in what seemed like a random parking lot. But this is home to Night Gallery, and like I said, our final stop of the day. Night Gallery has a couple great exhibits for us to see, starting with this exhibit by Susan Chen titled I Am Not a Virus. And Chen created these portraits during the first year of the pandemic, by recruiting 26 different individuals of Asian and Asian American descent living throughout the United States to be her subjects. And these paintings address anti-Asian hate with a sense of directness and urgency, because this is an issue that's really near and dear to Chen, and she's become more and more of an activist over the past years beyond just her artworks. The final exhibit that we're looking at today is by Awol Erizku, and to be honest, there's a lot going on in this exhibit, but overall the works are meant to address contemporary issues and challenges, and it's really meant to be open to interpretation. So I will let you all take the exhibit in and interpret it as you wish. We're now ending the day at the Beverly Hills Wilshire. I had to share this incredible view of LA with you, and I hope you enjoyed my downtown LA art tour, and I will see you all in my next video.